Hello, viewers, and you are welcome to our channel today. This is Family Aspects, as you all know, and I believe you have been having an amazing time watching and participating um, on our videos and on channel. Thank you so much for many of you who have subscribed and also commented and shared our video to your loved ones and relatives. Today, I want to say happy Valentine's Day to every one of you celebrating your loved ones and sharing a moment, a special moment with those of your special partners, your significant other. I want to say a big well done to you all. Well done for celebrating your loved ones. Today we have a discussion to do. That's why we're live today. I want to share something and that will spark some discussion. I want also your honest opinion about this, because this has become one of the talk about topic and also unclarified issues in regards to relationship. And as you all know, as the title says, is the 50-50 in marriage a proposition that you are saying is true or false? We want to know, what do you think about this idea of 50-50 proposition in marriage? So some people think that 50-50 is the way to go in marriage. Other people think, well, it is what is destroying the marriage. We are not sure how this came about. And we have another group of people. Sorry, I'm not sure what is blacking out. We have another group of people who is also disagreeing with the fact that they think it's 50-50, but they also believe that 100% is good to go. Well, what is your take on this? What is your position on this? So we want to be talking about this today. So your opinion, like I said, your honest opinion will be greatly appreciated on this platform. So leave your comment in the comment section, and I will gladly want to. Yeah, happy Valentine's time to you, Oladayo, right? Oladayo. Thank you for joining us. I appreciate you. I appreciate you so much. Now, the family is a society base. You all know that the family is a society base, and everyone need to understand that when you are starting out in your life, in your relationship, your family is a society base. All right, is a happy marriage gives prosperity. It gives peace. It gives a lot of excitement when everything is in place in marriage. So, first of all, what is your take? Now, before I begin, I had a conversation many years ago with a lady, and that actually argued this aspect of 50-50, and that it is one of the plan that they want to engage in marriage. Now, 50-50, like many people think it is when you come into your marriage planning to have a kind of a segment of your life going on apart from your partner's life. So you have a section of your life that you commit to your marriage, and another section of your life that you commit to your personal life, your own personal life. So this is called 50-50 proposition. So the husband comes in with his 50 in everything, 50% commitment, 50% in love, 50% in sharing, 50% in everything that he has to put into the marriage. Then the wife will come in with 50-50, another 50 portion of our own life commitment, and all of that things that life put together that she would like to bring into the marriage. Now, in the first place, that concept is actually the problem. Is a negative influencing concept. In other words, that's what most part of Europe, that's what they are doing, especially here in the United Kingdom. There's a lot of this concept going on, this concept of 50-50. My husband have to be doing this much before I will commit this much. You get it? My wife have to be doing this much before I can commit this much. If my husband doesn't love me, I can't respect him. You get it? If my wife doesn't respect me, I can't love her. You get this concept. These one dependent on the other for the other person to actively become involved in the relationship that they already said they were going to go through together, for better, for worse, for richer, for poorer, in sickness and in health, till death do them part. This was exactly the relationship that they said they were going to stay together forever, till death do them part. And now you come into the relationship with a concept of, oh, I can only do this much. All right, this is how much I can go. I have my own life to live. And the husband, the man will say, I can only do this much. This is how far I can go. Because you see, I have other things to take care of in my life. I have other things to cater for. Well, that has been on in many homes and relationships. And that is why I'm talking about this today. If you want to be successful in relationship, then you have to learn to give 100% into your marriage. Because you see, there are many things that lead to complications in marriage. We understand that. A lot of things lead to complications in marriage. But those things that lead to issues in marriage, if you have been following us on this channel, you will understand we talk a lot about these things, situations and challenges that marriages face and how to come out of them. We talked a lot about this on this channel. So in most cases, you need to understand that when you came into your marriage, you made a vow, a commitment to one another in activities, in everything that the marriage entails. It was a complete commitment, and that commitment was not 50% commitment, even though in your mind you thought it was. But the commitment demands 100% commitment, 100% from you, not 50, 100%. So, and that commitment was totally was sealed up in such a way that it was vowed by you. You made a vow. You sealed it up with a vow, for better and for worse. That was the decision you were taking, for richer and for poorer, in sickness and in health, until death do you part. Now, we this concept of 50-50, how does it apply to this vow that you made? If you were to live in the concept of this 50-50, how does it apply with this vow that you made? So if you're planning on getting or marrying somebody, or you are preparing to get married, if you're married now as we speak, how are you dealing with it? What is your dedication like? What is your commitment like? Is it 50-50 or 100%? Is your mindset in the marriage states that, oh, we are just here, I can do much I can do, I can't kill myself, no matter what I do anyway, it's not even accepted, it's not appreciated? Is that how you see it? Is that the mentality that you go into it? Now, understand something. It's not an easy task, all right, to try to influence somebody to do things the way you want them to do them. Okay, it takes a lot of work, but you need to understand that you have responsibility when you came into the relationship. Let me give you, for instance, we find a relationship today that only 50-50 is the ideology that they have. So the husband does his own thing and then do parts of his responsibility to the family. Then the wife does her own thing and then do parts as little she can to just cater for the relationship. For example, the husband, Civic Coach, you're welcome, and everyone, Antonia, you're welcome too. Oladeyo, thank you so much for joining us. Civic Coach, you're welcome, sir. So it's an amazing change in the world today that people focus on 50-50 relationship. So the man has a house and he names it, and the wife built her own house and she names it. You get it? So there's this division already with the mindset that I have my own money, the man has his own money. He can't touch my money, I can't touch his money. So there's this idea that, oh, okay, he has his own car, I have my own car. I repair my own car, he repairs our own car. Are you getting the ideology here? So this thing of I do my thing. So whenever it comes to the family, we has to involve with the children. Now this is when they come in. So when it has to do with the children or do with anything that may benefit the other person, so they try to contribute. So they try to play a role in it. And that is very, very dangerous in marriage today. It's what destroys many homes today, because at the end of the day, there's no stability. There's no dependence. There's no stability. See, the national stability and health of a nation today are highly dependent on the family stability and health. Let me explain this to you, because a lot of people don't know this. The stability of a nation, the stability of a city, the stability of a country, and the health of that country is directly connected to the stability and health of a family. When a family is stable and healthy, it will affect the society, it will affect their community, it will become an influence in the community, it will become an influence in the nation at large. But if we come with the concept of these 50-50, there's no stability. There's no healthiness in the relationship. And this is one of the reasons why we have so many dysfunctional and disoriented families today. Apart from many other, obviously, many other obvious reasons, obvious plagues or challenges that marriage faces today, especially in this period of pandemic. So we need to understand that there are things that we have kicked out of the window if we are the one following the 50-50 rule. Now, I have people online who would like to comment on this, all right? So I want you to bear with me, because I'm going to bring them on, and then I'm going to share the link so I can invite people to comment on this. But before I proceed on that, I would like to say a few more things, and then I will bring in people to make a comment on this, because in our culture today, we have deprived ourselves of stability. We have deprived ourselves of many goodly things that would have enjoyed, that would benefit a nation, benefit our society and community. It all begins at home. For instance, the biblical traditions are being kicked out of the window in our marriage. Certain culture today, they are not based on biblical principles at all. They are based on other human experiences and trial and error. Human beings are experimenting with life, and other human beings are copying those experimentations and thereby destroying their homes with unproven experimentation. You understand what I mean? So the question is, where are you getting this idea of 50-50 from? Where did it come from? If I just read to you your vow, for better, for worse, for richer, for poor. All right? In health and in sickness. Till death do you part. That is what you vowed for. That is what you committed to. My question is, does that suggest 50-50 proposition? Okay, what happens then if the man is unhealthy, couldn't do things that you expect? What would you do? Would you say, well, you have 50% proposition on this marriage, so this, you have done your best, this is all you could do? That means before you started or before you got into the marriage, you already planned a way of escape. You get it? People that run their marriages on 50-50 propositions, that means I can do this much in my marriage. I can kill myself. I can do this much in my marriage. And so I've done my best. This is all I can take. I can't suffer anymore. You know, that kind of mentality. Oh, this is my own. This belongs to me. This is my house. This is my money. This is my this, my that. Oh, if your partner needs something, you just turn blind to it. He says, that's not my responsibility. I can't help. Even though you have the resources, you have the opportunity to, you turn them down. This is the mindset of the 50-50 marriage. And many more I'm not able to explain to you right now. But you see, that's why I said I'm going to be bringing in people to say one or two things. And this mentality, we need to actually dissolve. We have to change it. If you're getting married or you're planning to get married or you're planning to go into a relationship with somebody, don't get into it with the 50-50 proposition mentality. It had to be 100%. Like I said, if you want to have a healthy and stable relationship and marriage life that your children can benefit from, that will become a legacy for your family and your children and your community, a legacy for the nation at large, then you have to learn to give your 100% as a total commitment to your marriage. Until that happens, there will be instability. There will be unhealthy situations and challenges that you cannot even come out from. At the end of the day, that might end up destroying the marriage and destroying your family, destroying the community, and affecting the nation at large. Listen, like I said before, I said the nation's stability and health are highly dependent on the family's stability and health. Make no mistakes of what I'm telling you now. These are facts. These are realities. Check it out. So again, we have to embrace the right culture that will help us be stable and healthy in our marriage. We have to, we have to embrace that culture. The biblical culture has been kicked out in many homes and marriages. It's terrible. For instance, the Bible reveals to us the root of every problem in marriage, as well as the remedies, things to do. It shows purposes and our fate, our destiny. It shows it all. Now, God is the creator of everything. He made everything the way he is. He's the one that originated. He's the one that created marriage. He's the one that initiated it. He is the founder of family. Don't you miss that. And to miss that is to err. He's the founder of families. And he set up rules that we should follow. He has a culture in place. You get it? So the question is, what's God's plan for marriage? What's God's purpose for marriage? Is to produce holy families. Holy families, that's the aim. That's the simple truth. A holy family will produce a holy community. A holy community will produce a holy nation. A holy nation will produce a holy world. A holy nation, a holy country. That is what is the brain behind this whole scenario. It is a family that will showcase God's goodness, love, and kindness. That's all. So you need to understand that this concept of selfishness, which I call it 50-50 ideology in marriage, is deadly. Is deadly. So when you accept God in your life, you accept the will of God and his richness and strength, even the ability he has made available to save your marriage and protect you, then you begin to understand that his techniques is all you need. His techniques is all you need. So you want to give 100%. Stop following the old saying, marriage is a 50-50 proposition. Question, is it true? No, it's not. It's not true. It's a force. Complete force. What do you guys think? I like to start bringing you guys in now. It's on my own opinion, it's a complete force. You know, I'm getting emotional about it because it's terrible. Because we have a lot of homes that are destroyed as a result of this. It's terrible. It's terrible. So, what do you guys think? So, I think we should look at this in a very close, critical way. I know many people, especially a lot of women, believe in this 50-50 proposition idea because they just think that, what if it doesn't work? What if this marriage ends? What if things turn out to be, what will I do? So I don't want to, they have seen stories. I will not blame them for that because they have seen people who have struggled through relationships and they had nothing. People who willingly, wholeheartedly gave their all, committed their all to a relationship. The man or the woman turned against them and they are back to zero, back to square one. And they made up their mind, this would never happen again. This was wrong. The point is, it wasn't wrong. It was that the person acted wrongly. The person who you did that to is the wrong fellow. You see, the principle itself is not wrong. You were committed to your marriage 100% all right. That's perfect. That's acceptable. That was right. That is the way to go. But if the other person didn't come in with that mentality, especially when this is not something that you actually find out it was not there, you couldn't detect that this person was not willing to put in their all into the marriage, then that person may have turned out to be the problem. You're right. Not the principles. You see, not the rules. Okay, not the principles, not the rules. So we need to think about that. It's very important. So what do you say when God said it's more blessed to give than to receive? That's what Jesus said. It's more blessed to give than to receive. What happens to that principle in marriage? What do you think? What happened to that principle in marriage when he says it is more blessed to give than to receive? Think about it. What do you think about that? So we have to come to that conception of believing that this is exactly what it's working. This is what it is. All right. So true love, actually, without wanting much in return, is sharing. When you love somebody, you can tell that you love that person by giving and putting more effort to make that person happier, more acceptable, and pleasing, more than you will ever want it for yourself. You need to understand that. So begin to think of that flexibility, offering that opportunity to deal with crises and issues by, having a strong relationship first, which is by offering 100%. You want to offer 100%. There's a guy, I wish I can get his quote. Yeah, he's Dr. Junior Singler or Swingler. I think it's called Swingler. Dr. Junior Swingler. He said the only person capable of true affection is the person who can forget himself and his immediate interest while he placed the welfare and interest of someone else foremost. I'll say that again. He said the only person that is capable of true affection is the person who can forget himself and his immediate interest while he places the welfare and the interest of others or someone else as foremost. Then he says, when both husband and wife can do that, they will have no domestic nor sexual troubles. Think about it. When both husband and wife can do that, they will have no domestic or sexual troubles. That tells you these two things is what destroy family, is what destroy marriages. Domestic troubles and sexual troubles. Now, you say, if you will come to apply that principle of forgetting yourself and your immediate interest and placing the welfare and interests of your other significant other, you get it? Of your partner, of your spouse, as foremost. As foremost. You get it? He said, when you do this, you will be void of domestic troubles. You'll be able to go through any domestic troubles or any sexual challenges or troubles. That's Dr. Junior A. Schindler. You get it. You got to get it. It's an amazing writer. Now, let me look at your comments and bring in some. Yes, some couple have. That's Civico said some couples have thrown it overboard. Please yes, that's the truth. They have thrown it overboard. Let me invite you guys and share. Please hit the like button for those of you watching and share this video right now, so we can get more people to come in. And then I want you to join the conversation. Join the right now. Join the conversation, because that's what it's about. I'm about to post the link now, so just join the conversation. Discussion. Let's talk about it, because at the moment we know that a lot of people are going through this particular predicament right now. What do you guys think? A lot of people are going through this predicament right now. A lot of people are going through this predicament right now. So join this discussion. Join the discussion. Let's reason together. Let's reason together. Link is posted. Join the discussion. Let's reason together, because right now I want to hear your opinion. Now, by the way, I've already this book is out, How to Influence Your Husband to Success. I'm gonna be having throughout this week, hopefully cutting across next week, I'm gonna be sharing on this amazing book that I just came out, and then it's on Amazon right now. So hopefully we have time to talk about it in subsequent series, because I'm going to be taking some parts of the series and we're going to talk about it, how to influence your husband for success. It's going to be a series. I'm going to be talking about a lot of things. So the book is out for those of you who want to be part of, you want to read ahead or pre-order your copy, you can do that now. And it's an amazing book. It's an amazing book. If you read this book, wow. I'm talking about ladies now. If any lady will read this book, whether you're married, you're single, or you're about to marry, or you are engaged, it doesn't matter. You're a lady at all, this is the book you need. This is the book you need. Yes, I have Civic Coach here to help me share these thoughts. Let me invite you in, sir. Hello, sir.
He-
You're live.
Hello, sir.
Good afternoon. You're welcome to our program. We'll be talking about this thing for a couple of minutes now about the 50-50 proposition.
I'm
Uh,
getting like an odd feedback.
are you getting a feedback? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Just a minute. Give me a minute.
Okay. Okay. I know
Just keep
what I.
talking. Yeah? I'll rectify it. Just keep talking.
Okay. No, I'm okay now. It's okay.
Okay.
Good evening, everyone. Because I was watching from the YouTube. Now I've gone to StreamYard.
Okay.
It's amazing. I'm still trying to understand where this concept of 50-50 came from. Is it something that was preached by somebody, or is it 21st century ideology about relationship? I know there's a scripture in the Bible that says we should not leave the old landmark. I don't think our parents did this 50-50. Maybe some houses did it. But you see, I listened to the way you went through it. If it impacts a family, it will impact a nation. And if it impacts a nation, it's going to impact the economy of that nation. Because I believe this 50-50 ideology came in when, people come into you overseas. Husband should take care of some parts, wife should take care of some parts. It's allowed. Yes, it's allowed. But my question is, what about if the man loses his job? Because I've gone to see couples that said the man did not pay when he was supposed to pay, or give his own when he was supposed to give his own part of the deal. But the issue is that the man, when you ask him, there is always an issue, because it's not everybody who is buoyant the way they should be. At the beginning, things might be working out well. What about if in the process of the relationship, something happened? How would this 50-50 work? I would have loved to ask a woman, how does this thing work? Or somebody who is already practicing it in their home. Because sometimes some people will say, you bring some part of the rent, I bring some part of the rent. Okay, you bring some part of the council tax, or I pay the council tax, I pay the water bill. But the thing is this, what about in the process, if this obligation is not met, will it cause a problem in the house? That's the problem. I believe that, from my point of view, I believe that as a man, you should pray to take responsibility of everything happening in the house. And whatever your wife can contribute, she can bring in. It brings a lot of respect. And it leads to people respecting you for who you are. But if you are in a place where you now find that, okay, where things are not working the way we planned it to be, then you can decide to say, okay, please, wife, can you help me hold this? But it shouldn't become an obligation or a law or a decree that, you know what, as far as we're in this marriage, you are paying half of the rent and pay. What, Pastor? I settled a couple about some years back. They've divorced now, completely divorced. When I got there, the man said, ask her if she brings her money for rent. Ask her, it was always ask her, ask her, ask her. And I asked the guy, I said, listen, when people are married, you should take responsibility for what is happening. It was ask her, ask her, ask her that led to the fight, that led to the quarrel, that led to the separation, that led to the divorce. Daddy. That's what happened. Because what happened was that there was no way they could put things together. There was no way they could make things work. Because the issue was that the woman, while relying on the man to carry, no, the man was relying on the woman to carry out her own duty. But unknown to the man, the woman came into the relationship with debt. She was already owing thousands of pounds. So she was trying to pay off the thousands of pounds while the man was putting pressure on her concerning money. And the marriage broke up. 2 kids, dad and mom separated because of finance.
Wow.
No plans. It was not adequately planned. He didn't ask the woman, are you in debt? What can we do? Never. But because of the pressure, it was too much for the woman. The woman just came and said, we'd rather separate. These are people that got married in church, marriage blessed in church. But it just didn't work out the way it should be. So this 50-50 ideology, I've been listening, Pastor, and I'm wondering, where did it come from? Is it a new concept or what? So that's my take on it. I'm still trying to find out where it came from.
Yes, sir.
I went to ask my wife now, and my wife said she does not know where it came from. You know, because
now before you go, just a quick one here, because I've seen it happen over and over again. All right, it's currently happening in many houses, many families now. What I mean to say is that many families are going through this process right now that we're talking about. There is this ideology of I have my own house. My husband have his own house. So I buy my own land. My husband buy his own land. You get it? And then if my husband is building his house, that's his house. You get this mentality. And so my wife is building her own house. That's her own house. We're talking about husband and wife who said that they can only be separated by death. So they find it difficult to build their prosperity together. They find it difficult to come as one under one roof to structure their future, their prosperity, their success.
you know,
I don't get
Pastor,
it.
Yeah, go on. It's difficult. What you're saying now, Pastor, I met a pastor and a wife maybe about 3-4 years back. And he told me, said, I'm paying my own mortgage. She's paying her own mortgage. So she's bought a house before they got married. He's bought a house before they got married. He's not.
Hold on. You mean these people are believers, Christians?
These are pastors.
If they are even pastors.
Yes.
So go on.
He said she has bought her own house. She's paying her own mortgage. I bought my own house. I'm paying my own mortgage. Then he now said, we have 3 children. I will take care of 2. You take care of 1. I was amazed. Never in my life have I heard such thing. And I said, really? So I said, so who is looking after the education of this child? He said, my wife. He said, I'm taking care of this one. I've told her, you take care of that one. And I said, listen, when this child grows up and finds out that her mom was the person who paid for her education, and you are not there to explain the situation, how do you think she will feel? It was he just laughed over it, and then he went on. But that's how I think. You have to think into the future. Because you see, it's insecurity that leads to all this.
You're right. Insecurity.
Yeah. Because the man is thinking, what about if one day this woman leaves? What will I do? Because they've heard the stories of how people got married, then they lost the property, they lost things happened. The wife said, I'm going. The husband said, I'm going. They separated. So that concept is what they are bringing into their relationship. I did a live stream recently and I told them something. I said, you can never use another person's relationship to work out your own relationship. It does not work that way. You can't do that. Because another person's bed of roses is not your own bed of thorns. You have your own way you're going things. You have your managing your things. You'll be surprised that your marriage will end up well. You don't have to start thinking, what about if it happens to me? The thought of what about if it happens is what makes it happen. But it's a very big issue, especially on today that they are having the Valentine's Days going on and everything, and people are celebrating up and down. They need to sit down and first of all ask themselves, of what benefit is this celebration to this relationship? Because the benefit of it is what will now make you make plans on how. You see, no marriage is perfect. Everybody's working towards perfection in their marriage. Because one area can be perfect to you, another area might not be too perfect, but you are working towards making the whole area one. It all depends. It all depends.
You've been married for over 20 years now. I want you to enlighten us on this aspect of our discussion. How is it been like building your life together with your spouse? Was there any element of these 50-50 propositions in it, or was there like there was part of it and other part was 100% and all of that. I mean, you build your life, you build your career, your family, you're growing, you have teenagers right now. I mean, you build your life so far um, with your wife. I want to know what areas of you've actually implemented the 50-50, if there were, and areas you implemented the 100%, because it seems that there is no way. It's been imbibed into a lot of culture, a tradition, a lot of way of believing that, okay, this is how marriage should be. So please, maybe you have something to share with us on that.
You see, the thing about, I've been married for 20 years now, and I always tell people something, that the reason my own plan of making my marriage work might not work for you, because it depends on how I see my spouse. If I love my spouse and I know that, well, this is my spouse, this is my wife, we are married, there will be things I have to be able to accommodate. I can't say she's perfect, neither am I perfect, but we are working towards perfection. We are working towards the image of Christ. So in relationship, we need to create, there need to be a room for improvement. Not everything is perfect with the person you're with. She might not know how to cook, but teach her. Whatever food she cooks, let it be the best for you. It's not that we're not carrying the food for exhibition. Neither are we going to give it to a chef to mark which food is sweeter. If she does not know how to look after the house, bear with her. If she does not dress well, begin to educate her on how to dress well. But the thing is this, the more you work, you will now find out that you that is even correcting somebody, you will need some aspect of correction yourself. And if you are humble enough to accept the correction, it will work out. You know, it will work out. Because in some cases, some people plan their homes in such a way that they want the man to take care of some parts, they want the woman to take care of some parts. And sometimes, Pastor, some of the women might be receiving more than the man. And the man will not feel that it is the responsibility of the one who is receiving more money to carry more load in the house. That's where the problem comes from. Because remember something, the guy who is going to work, that job is not his job. He's going to work for a company. If the company folds up, like we have about over 600, in fact, let me just say about 25 million people have lost their jobs from 2020, since the pandemic, to almost like February 18th, January 18th. And over 600 people have lost their jobs in the hospitality industry. People who had jobs in the airports, had jobs in the hotel, now everything is gone. Okay, now, does that mean that's the end of the marriage? No. Things might not work. I've seen where two people bought a property they were going to build. In the process of renovating, marriage broke up. He said the man was taking too long to renovate the house. They were spending too much money. But at the end, the man still said he's his dream. He has to fulfill his dream. So in relationship, my relationship, I've had issues, but we sort it out and we move on. But we are friends. So every time something happens, we see each other as friends, correcting friends, and we move on. But sometimes one person just have to be quiet while the other voice will go up. And sometimes the voice that is going up, after going very high, will come down again. Then the other one can take it high. Two people cannot sing high tones at the same time. We will not hear anything because both of them will be shouting at each other. But once one tone is up there, just relax, hear the tone. By the time the tone finish coming down, you take yours up to another level. But you take it to a level where they can understand that, you know what, it is not higher than mine. But you get to a place where you begin to accommodate each other. And that's where this relationship is sweet, Pastor. It's very sweet. Togetherness is very sweet. A man being alone is headache. It's problem. I have a young girl who came into my live stream. Young girl married with two young children. Husband had an accident and died. Now, every time I think, how will that girl cope with these children? Very young girl, maybe in her early 30s. New marriage, husband dead. How is she going to cope? What will she see today as? Every time she looks at the kids, what will she see? What does she see? Those are the things we have to really think of. So that's why every opportunity, enjoy your relationship. Enjoy it. That's how I see it, sir.
Awesome, awesome. You know, you just reminded me of the section I wrote on my book, how to influence your husband to success. In this chapter, I talked about the key to successful marriage, and I mentioned this that you know the concept of giving 100% should be the key to having stability and healthy relationship. What do you have to say about that? Because I talk more on that on my book.
You see, 100% is needed in relationship, not 50-50, not 80-20, not 70-30. It's 100%. If we put it in mathematical terms, people look at relationship in mathematical terms, because if you have 100% and you divide it by 2, it's 50-50. But in the real sense, if I'm counseling a couple, I'll say it should be 100-100. It's not 50-50, it's not 70-80. No, it's not mathematics. This is relationship. I'm giving my 100% just as you're giving your 100%. So there is no division between us. If I'm involved in the relationship, you will be involved in the relationship. Because why? Relationship is a bed of roses. We are both cultivating the roses together. There will be thorns as we pull the roses that will prick our finger. But that does not mean as it pricks the finger, I let it keep bleeding. I should help you stop the bleed. And then we start off again. But the thing is this, since my finger has been pricked once, it can't be pricked again. If it's ever pricked again, it's maybe because I've not put caution into place, or I've not put an assess, or I've not put measures into place. I treat it and move on. So that 100% is relationship is you know, especially in a land where everybody is for themselves. It's quite tough for individuals. You know, we live in UK. I don't know my neighbor's name. I've not been to my neighbor's flat. He has not been into my flat. So if he has any issue, he will not even let me know. If he's partying with his wife, he will not let me know. You know, but in a place where you are in a place where people can openly and sincerely bring both of you together and show you from the word of God, not the Bible, from the word of God. I know the word of God is in the Bible, but there's also the word of men and the word of asses and goats and everything inside the Bible. But from the word of God.
Okay, I get you.
You understand? And then show you. Not, you see, I was telling somebody and I said, Paul said, the man is the head of it. Is Paul that said it. It's not God. He was speaking to a group of people, and the only way he could explain the superiority of a man at that time to them, maybe some of them were beating, some wives were beating their men in the Ephesian church, and he now said, okay, let me use a way to explain it and say, this man is the head of the house, you know, but it's not God that said it. The woman can be the head of the home. It depends on how the man sees it. The woman can lead the home. The woman can be the spiritual head of the home. It is there for the man to support. What about Jeremiah and the husband? They have a church, but she has her own ministry, and the man is supporting her, and the ministry is moving.
Yeah.
So that's how we see it. When you don't have jealousy or insecurity, marriage is very sweet. You see, some men will go out, the wife will just be calling and calling, where are you? I thought you'll be home now. Where are you? It does not make anything. It makes the man feel that you are insecure, and then he can take advantage of you. But when he goes out, yes, sir. You want to say something?
Yeah, awesome. You just mentioned something. I said insecurity. When there is fear and insecurity, the marriage will not work. That means for this concept of 100% imparting or investing 100% into a relationship work, you have to eradicate insecurity mindset.
That's the first thing you have to do.
Because this idea of escapee, whereby you think that if the marriage doesn't work, I have a way to run off with something, is the problem, because already in the beginning of the marriage you're already planning an escape route, whereas you're not, in other words, you're not willing to try if there is any challenge or any situation that comes up.
That's it.
Impressive.
You're right.
Impressive.
Because once insecurity comes in, the man can take advantage of the woman. Because you see that once insecurity comes in and fear comes into a relationship, the other person begins to think differently. Because insecurity can lead to supremacy. Because once the woman finds out that, man, this man is always watching me, that means I'm on top. I'm indispensable. He can't do without me. The woman can do anything. But once that love is there and they just say, you know what, this is it. We are together. I'm not running anywhere. I'm here. It goes smoothly. That's just it. That's just it. I've not been, I think in my 20 years, I've not been outside where my wife will call me, where are you? Except to find out for my care. You know? So that's how it works, sir.
Awesome. Antonia says something here. He say if either of the spouse are always looking out, hoping only my husband or wife should buy or pay for everything, then we own it together. So in other words, what she's insinuating that it said then it will be very difficult for it will be very difficult for them to plan and have things together. In other words, what she's saying is if one part is looking out for somebody to always buy and pay for things, and then she said it's going to be very difficult for them to actually plan and have things done together. Well, what do you have to say about that? Because at the end of the day, he says working together and doing everything together 100%. I think that works better. But again, we have people who actually want to do certain things and then wait for their spouse to do other things. So for instance, now we just talked about building family, building life together, building the future together, growing together. All right. And there was a lady, you may know her. She's a American artist. Her name is Ikadi or so. They call her Ikadi. She's a very popular Instagram influencer. She's an artist. She's an American artist. She's a singer. Now, she bought recently, about 3 days ago or so, maybe a week now, I believe. She bought her husband, not a boyfriend, her husband, the latest Lamborghini.
Wow.
The latest Lamborghini. This was recent. And then she got attacked by many other ladies, women who were wives, feeling jealous that why would she do that? Why would she go and buy such a car? What if this guy leave you tomorrow? Won't you feel? Can you imagine the suggestion she was getting? So she retaliated them back. I was very interesting. She retaliated and said, you know what? I don't know what you guys think marriage is, but for her marriage is her life. She fights tooth and nail to keep the marriage. And anything that come against it, she always want to fight against it. So if my husband buy me a flower, he says I should buy him a feed of grass. Can you imagine? That means, he said if my husband buy me a tree, I will buy him a forest.
So it's like a payback or what?
No, it's not like a payback. She's saying that this is the way she give her commitment. It's 100%. She's doing it. If she's not looking at what the husband is doing, rather she's looking at what she's putting into the relationship. Are you getting my point? So
very well.
She's looking at it like, my husband may not have bought me a Lamborghini. If I have the money, I have the resources, who do you think I should buy the Lamborghini for?
Thank you.
Should I be driving a Lamborghini while my husband is not driving a Lamborghini? Then I will not be proud that I'm married to a man. So she was really upset when those women were attacking her. And I watched her video. I thought I was going to play this video one day because she really stand out for many women who has this value for family, value for relationship. Because in our reaction recently, I began to really respect that lady. She has some family orientation, family belief system that really stand for her. So that's exactly what I'm trying to ask in this question, whereby we have people just believe that um I'm not driving a car, I will be buying a car for my husband or for my wife. I'm not driving this, should I be doing this for my, for my husband, for my days? Or the husband says, or the wife says, we need to build this, we need to build this business. Then one side of it is not involved, the other side is doing everything in their power to make things work, just for the same family. Do you understand what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
that is exactly what I'm trying to see. If you'd be able to help us, just with your experience of 20 years marriage, you have spoken to a lot of people, you're a minister of God, you've seen counsel a lot of people. What do you think should bring a halt to this plague? Is a plague.
But you know what, sir? It depends on individual. Just like Antonia said now about involvement of both of them saying we own everything and working together. It depends on the concept that the person has. It depends on the mentality of the person. If, like that woman said, why? If my husband buy me a rose, I'll buy him a feed. It's her own concept of what she wants in a relationship. It doesn't matter how people feel about it. It does not matter what people say. You see, the whole thing about this 50-50, 100%, it depends on the couple. If they decide to say, you know what, this 50-50 works for us better, then let them face it. But one question I want to ask the man is that when the woman was pushing the baby out, did you help with the pushing? That's the only thing I want to ask the man. That's all. Because if you say it's 50-50, when the woman was going to have that CS done, were you taking the pain? No, that's the only thing now. If the guy says, oh, I did, oh, I was there, wiping her forehead, consoling her, that's my 50-50. Okay, whatever works for them, let them go ahead and do it. But you see, the thing about relationship is this. Like I said at the beginning, I can't use my relationship to say this is going to work for you. You only look at me and say, well, this thing can work for me, and discuss it with your wife and say, let's see how it will work. Yeah. And then you go for it. Yeah. Then you go for it, and you'll be surprised that things will work. And when you pray, God will lead and direct you. Like I said before, hear the word of God, not the word of man or the word of everything that's in the Bible. Pick the word of God and see how you can apply it in your life, and it will work for you. That's it. Thank you very much, sir, for the opportunity.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. Thank you. I really do appreciate for all your contributions. I appreciate that. And also, if you haven't, for those of you watching this video right now, and also you're going to be watching the replay, this is CV Coach 216, and he has a very amazing, powerful channel that educate people on finances and how to build your life, success, and make money, and all other relevant information to help you as an individual stabilize your life in this troubled economy. You see, so you need to go to his channel on CV Coach 216. Just type it on YouTube. You'll be able to see the channel and watch his video and subscribe, and you will be very, very blessed to do that. Again, thank you so much, sir. I really appreciate your contribution. Really do appreciate it. So, viewers out there, this is it. We know that it's not all said in one video, but we try as much as possible to give you the detail, the reason why you should not base your relationship on 50-50 propositions. This is a selfish concept and is derogative. It is demeaning. It destroys homes, it destroys relationship, it destroys marriage. All right, it puts you on the path of insecurity. It just shows that you are insecure in your marriage. Now, I understand that there are many marriages that are going through insecurity because many of them, their mindset, like we already discussed, is really messed up. Many of them don't understand at all why marriage is so important. They don't understand it. They just think marriage is about, making babies. Marriage is not about making babies at all. It's more than that. Marriage is about your life, your stability, your health. It brings all of this concept of the society, the community, how healthy the community becomes, how stable the community becomes in the process of time, your nation, your country. All of these things in marriage affects everything else in our lives. That's why what we do in our relationship in a marriage is so important, because that is what our children are going to take out into the world, into their generation, and their generation, and their generation. So if we don't put the right principle, apply and implement the right principles that will bring stability and healthy relationship, then we will have unstable society, especially after unstable family. Then we have a stable community, and the economy as well will be, our inheritance. Whatever comes out of it will be what we inherit. We inherit from the economy. So we need to understand this. That's why I've written a book on this. If you look at the screen, I have the book written, How to Influence Your Husband for Success. Now, this is a book that is targeted to women, the female gender, but it will help even the men to read it. Read it. I encourage the men to read this book, and I encourage every woman, whether you're married, you're single, or you're about to get married, you need to get this book. I've explained this thing in the book, and much more that you will learn. Read the chapter, The Key to Successful Marriage. You'll be amazed what you find there. It will bless you if you just read them and start implementing them today. You see. Well, what we just discussed on today is part of the snippets of the book. I just wanted to ask you, because this is a concept that people have been going through in their relationship, and they have experienced a lot of downtowns. Terrible experience as a result of 50-50 proposition. So my question is, what do you think? Does it work for you? Has it been working for you? And if it is not working for you, why not change? Why not try to apply 100% principle? Because when you do that, you are actually aligning yourself with the vows that you made. You made a vow. You committed yourself for richer and for poorer. Now, if your spouse has begun to act the way that will not actually give you the opportunity to do that, or your marriage or relationship is appearing to be insecure, that means there's so much insecurity flying here and there, what you need to do is seek counseling. First, solve your problem. Give your attention to it and solve your problem. Try as much as possible to solve your problem. Because in most cases, this problem that we face, the answer is just right there. Some of us are just too busy to give attention to it. So I encourage you guys, if you're watching this video and you've been thinking, well, I'm not sure why my marriage is not working and is not stable. I just told you, one of the reasons is that this 50-50 concept, this 50-50 proposition concept is the problem. Because the man thinks you are not serious. The woman thinks you are not serious. So who is going to be committed to who? Imagine a marriage whereby the man got to find out that the wife that he has been married to for over 15 years, 20 years, has a house in a village or in a town that he is not aware of. Do you understand that kind of concept? Then imagine a husband or a wife finding out that the husband that she has been married to for over 20 years has a kind of estate or something, or maybe has another family or something elsewhere that he's not aware of. Do you understand that? Do you understand how terrible that can be? Do you know how destroying that is? How jeopardizing that is to a family? So that concept, we must get rid of it. This idea of not giving everything in your marriage, not coming transparent, you see, it actually boiled down to intransparency. No one is transparent enough because of insecurity, the fear of the unknown. What if it will not work? What if we are no more together? That mentality, we must get rid of it. Because when you sign into the marriage, it was for better and for worse. You need to understand that. For better and for worse. Sometimes we just rehearse it, those words, without even thinking about them. But it was for better and for worse, for richer and for poorer. All right. So I encourage you guys to, make a U-turn. All right. If you've been living in that relationship like that, it's time to change. All right. Listen to the concept that the caller made, and also the one I'm suggesting to you is called the 100% proposition. All right. Stand out to give 100%. You are more blessed when you give. Remember the words of Jesus. That's Jesus' words. It says you get blessed when you give. So when you give 100% into your marriage, into your relationship, you receive the blessing. You'll be more empowered. You'll be more enabled. You'll be more enriched to do more things, do bigger things, bigger projects, bigger things. Your life will grow bigger. You become blessed. You may think, no, you are not, but you are. So if the other person who has been taking a lot from you decide to disappear, you'll be enjoying your life. You will remain blessed. You'll be enabled because of the life that you live, the investment that you have made. So stay that way. And guess what? Don't think of going anywhere, because you are here in marriage to stay. So think like that and talk to your spouse that way. Say what? Tell them you're not going anywhere. Don't even think anyone is going anywhere, because we're here to stay. We got to make things work. All right. So there you have it, guys. I'm out of time right now. And I want to thank every one of you for contributing and sharing your thoughts and your comment on the comment section. Those of you also who will be sharing your comments after this live stream and you're going to be watching this, I want to say a big thank you to you and for all your contributions. And those of you who have just subscribed to our channel, I want to say a big thank you. We just hit 5,000 subscribers already. 5,000 subscribers. Congratulations to every one of you. But like I said, we have a goal. Before the end of the year, we should be hitting about 20,000 subscribers. We can do it. We can do it. So we still have between now and June to hit 10,000 subscribers. So we'll be able to get there. And with your help, with your support, so let's get there. Let's reach more families. That's what we're doing. Those who subscribe are families, are individuals who are interested in family life, family aspects. You get it? So these are the people we're reaching. And we know we have a lot of people out there who actually haven't known what we're doing or ahead of us right now. So we want to reach more people. So join us, help us subscribe and make other people subscribe to the channel. Thank you, guys. I appreciate you all, and I'll see you again in another video. Now, if you have any question, anything you want us to talk about, you have a challenge in your marriage, or you want a recommendation of anything, do not hesitate to contact us on the email on this description of this video. Again, you can support what we're doing, support our channel. All the links are on the description of this video below. Remember, get your copy of How to Influence Your Husband and for Success. Now, imagine if you read that book and now you start applying the principles, it will change your life. So let us know, as many of you will be able to get access and then get the book, you read it, let us know, give us your feedback and reviews. We'd like to know what you think. Thank you so much. Bye for now. I'll see you again in our other live stream. And that will be tomorrow. See you again. Bye. God bless you.